Market Intelligence Report, July 21, 2026. Geopolitical and Macroeconomics. United States military completed a 10th successive night of strikes on Iran. Reuters reported Iranian forces then targeted United States bases in Bahrain and Kuwait, while Hormuz vessel crossings extended their slide. Houthis declared a naval blockade against Saudi Arabia, adding a second Gulf logistics front. Stocks rebounded as mediation chatter pushed oil lower even as Goldman-linked secondary feeds still floated three-digit oil tails if the strait stayed closed. Romania said a ship heading to Ukraine was struck off its coast. India summoned a senior Russian diplomat after 4 Indians died on a vessel leaving Odessa. Philippines and China traded South China Sea accusations and summoned envoys. Japan protested a Chinese live-fire drill nearby. Taiwan planned slower mobile internet in civil defense drills. Philadelphia Fed non-manufacturing index snapped back to 7.4 in July from -25.8 in June. First positive print since October 2024. Risk assets are pricing policy hope against still-live energy and shipping tails. General crypto market. Bitcoin printed a 1-month/5-week high above $66,000. Ether near $1,938. XRP near $1.14. Solana near $78. Strategy, Sailor, again sold stock, bought 0 Bitcoin, and held the cash reserve near $3.2 billion with about 843,775 Bitcoin. Jack Mallers stepped down as 21 Capital/XXI CEO as the proposed three-way merger with Strike and Electron was abandoned. Crypto majors greened on Clarity ethics chatter, plus an Asian semiconductor rebound, even while Gulf kinetic risk stayed open. Traditional finance plus crypto convergence. Rails kept shipping under the Clarity headline. Bank of Korea advanced Project Hangang Phase 2 toward a September expansion. 9 banks, up to about 500,000 users, live deposit token and government money tests after Phase 1 opened about 81,000 wallets with roughly 42% usage. Robinhood chain crossed about $431 million TVL and 250,000 plus daily users in under 3 weeks. FalconX. Memecoin still about 80% of roughly $9 billion DEX volume. RWAs flagged as the real differentiator. Robinhood-backed Arcus, DYDX team, added tokenized stocks and perps on Robinhood chain. Lighter made stock tokens eligible collateral there. Base's 1-to-1 backed tokenized equities launch called Imminent by Polak. CoinShares launched a UCITS platform aimed at Europe's institutional channel, plus a Bitcoin mining ETF. London Stock Exchange floated overnight venue plans into 2027 as traditional exchanges chase 24/7 crypto and tokenized equity competition. Tether Gold 1 accepted spot commodity status in Abu Dhabi global market. Grayscale filed an S1 for a first United States spot WorldCoin ETF. WLD jumped on the print. EDX markets closed an about $76 million Series C led by SBI Holdings. Former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo joined the OKX board. Carry forward stack remains live. Brazil CVM 60-day tokenization task force. JPYC corporate payroll path. HSBC Orion digital gilt instrument toward first quarter 2027. EPAA. HSBC Agentic AI Payments Working Group. Distribution plumbing is still outrunning the pure spot bid. Regulatory developments. United States. Unverified reports that the White House agreed ethics language for Clarity and sent text to certain Senate Republicans lifted polymarket year-end passage odds toward about 42 to 43% from last week's record lows near the low 30s. Still a dog versus prior highs near 75%, and no public bill text yet. Patrick Witt deferred military training to stay on the file into the pre-recess window. Genius Act's 1-year final rules miss. Remains the structural stablecoin overhang. Effective date stays the earlier of 18 January 2027, or 120 days after finals. Russia's State Duma passed major crypto market legislation creating a regulated framework. Exchange licensing, retail caps near $3,800 a year on earlier reads, cross-border payment path. Bill now heads to Putin for signature with transition framing into 2027. United Kingdom Crypto and Digital Assets All-Party Parliamentary Group opened an inquiry into banking choke points for crypto firms weeks after the framework set for October 2027. Pakistan stood up a crypto investigation unit for money laundering enforcement alongside exchange licensing. Vietnam's unlicensed trading fines near $1,900 remain live. SEC charged a Florida man and company in an alleged $22 million crypto mining fraud. Washington state judge blocked CashApp sports prediction markets on gambling grounds. France's Polymarket ISP GeoBlock remains the clearest European Union distribution hit. Market structure hope improved on a single ethics rumor. Rules finalization and foreign stablecoin clocks did not. DEFI and RWA tokenization. Morpho Midnight Fixed Rate, Fixed Term Credit on Base, CBBTC/USDC. Beside Morpho Blue Variable Markets, Jito JTX Self-Custodial Solana Spot for tokens and tokenized RWAs. Aztec Alpha V5 Full Private Execution/Client-Side Proving. About 2 times faster private transactions and about 50% lower costs on alpha reads. Human.Tech Clean SDK for zero-knowledge identity and sanction screening. Blockchain.com investment into open world for RWA infrastructure. Cardano Van Rossum Community. Voted hard fork still in the window. Hyperliquid HIP, 4 stake-gated prediction markets, 500,000 hype deployer stake. Still the product expansion carry forward. Softer/attrition. Allbridge Core still halted after the about $1.65 million flash loan exploit. Secondary feeds flagged an overnight Cardano on-chain bridge hit near $9 million in night tokens. Treat as developing. Exodus cutting about 25% of staff in a payments platform reorganization. Consensy's earlier pause on MetaMask releases over a North Korea-linked Conectr remains a supply chain caution. Institutional RWA and fixed-rate credit advance. Bridge and interface operational risk stays elevated. AI and blockchain. Galaxy Digital committed up to $5 million to prepare Bitcoin for quantum threat as researchers and United States government voices warn Q-Day could arrive as soon as 2030. OpenAI agents reportedly reached about 10 million users after ChatGPT work. Microsoft and Mistral expanded European AI infrastructure. FluidStack raised about $830 million Series A at about $7.5 billion valuation with Bitcoin miner facility repurposing for AI compute. HUD-8 and IREN multi-billion AI campus/cloud contracts lifted miner-to-AI equities after a chip-led risk rebound. United States and China plan AI talks in September per Reuters exclusives. China is separately weighing tighter export controls on AI models and chips. Head of the United States AI Safety Agency resigned. Aztec private execution upgrades and ZK identity SDKs keep open agents on privacy rails. Open models, agent payments, quantum hard money research, and AI compute capex remain multi-year infrastructure. And same-week Bitcoin inputs when chips or policy gap. Prediction markets. Clarity year-end contracts were the tape mover. Polymarket jumped toward about 42 to 43% after the White House ethics reports. Decrypt noted about a 12-point bounce to 42%. CashApp and Polymarket open interest fell about 20% as World Cup sports frenzy cooled. Sports had been about 80% of volume. Washington state injunction against CashApp sports markets underscores state gambling conflict with federal event contracts. CashApp is in advanced CFTC talks on gold perpetual futures after about $16.1 billion in crypto perps volume since May. Bloomberg highlighted insider trading risk on prediction venues. Polymarket reportedly referred about 100 wallets to law enforcement. Hyperliquid HIP, 4 stake-gated deployers remain the crypto-native design contrast. Event contracts now price United States market structure as much as war and sports, and face the same sovereignty and integrity frictions. Risk/opportunity analysis. Risks. 10th night United States, Iran kinetic action. Iranian strikes on Bahrain/Kuwait bases, Hormuz traffic decline, and Houthi-Saudi blockade talk can reprice oil and defensive beta even when mediation briefly greens equities. Clarity ethics reports are still unverified with no public bill text. A failed pre-recess push would unwind the policy bid. Strategies multi-week Bitcoin by pause softens the corporate treasury bid. Bridge exploits, Allbridge, developing on-chain/night print, and wallet company restructuring keep operational risk elevated. Washington State's Calshare block and France's Polymarket GeoBlock show prediction market distribution risk. Genius final rules miss still compresses the path to January 2027. Opportunities. 20 July's about $226.8 million spot Bitcoin ETF print and a 5-session inflow streak are the hardest primary market bid since the June exodus. Clarity Ethics movement, if confirmed into release text and Democratic votes, is the largest near-term United States market structure catalyst. Stellar Tier 1 validators, MoneyGram, Figure, Range Plus RWA Analytics, Bank of Korea September CBDC Scale Up, Robinhood Chain TVL, Morpho Fixed Rate Credit, Aztec Private V5, Base Tokenized Equities, CoinShares UCITS, and ADGM Tether Gold Recognition form a dense rail stack. Galaxy's quantum hardening budget and Miner 2 AI capex keep long-horizon infrastructure capital active. Recommendations. Short-term, track whether Bitcoin holds above $65,000 to $66,000 against Iran/Hormuz headlines and any official White House or Senate confirmation of Clarity Ethics text. Confirm the next full United States ETF session after 20 July's about $227 million print. Watch oil, Hormuz transit and Houthi Saudi shipping risk. Midterm, follow Senate Clarity Bill text, ethics language and August recess calendar. Genius proposal finalization versus January 2027 effective date math. Bank of Korea September CBDC bank set. Russia crypto law signature and implementing rules. Stellar Tier 1 validator onboarding quality. Hyperliquid HIP-4 and Morpho midnight traction. Base and Robinhood chain tokenized equity launches. Long-term, favor bank distributed and comparable regime stablecoins, tokenized securities with real transfer agent or CBDC adjacent rails, multi-jurisdiction RWA settlement, stake-gated prediction venues with clear liability, quantum-aware monetary rails, and open agent payment standards over weekend war premium price theater. Key metrics to watch. Bitcoin path versus $65,000 to $67,000 into Iran/Hormuz tails and Clarity text confirmation. United States spot Bitcoin ETF daily net flows after the about $181/108/79/132/$227 million 5-session sequence. Farside. 21 July blank at cut. Official White House/Senate release of Clarity Ethics language and year. End Polymarket odds versus 42 to 43%. Genius final rule publications versus 18 January 2027 effective date. Foreign issuer and Tether platform eligibility clocks. Oil, Hormuz transit, Iran Gulf escalation, Houthi Saudi blockade enforcement. Bank of Korea September CBDC Phase 2 user and bank counts. Stellar MoneyGram/Figure/Range Tier 1 validator Go Live and RWA dashboard adoption. Robinhood Chain TVL mix. Long-term. Mix, Memecoin versus RWA and Base tokenized equities launch. Morpho midnight deposits, Aztec V5 private TX metrics, Allbridge/Bridge exploit recovery, Semiconductor/AI capex and HUT 8/IREN style miner to compute conversions as crypto beta inputs. XRPL and Stellar ledger activity and any return of Ripple org account product messaging. This is not financial advice. This has been your daily market intelligence report for the July 21, 2026.